Right, guys, good morning. This is going to be a Forex market review. Okay, I'm going to cover all of these pairs, right? First of all, let me introduce you to the sponsor of this video, which is PrimeXBT. Okay, I've been trading Forex and commodities there for over a year now, and yeah, I just love the platform. I love how they keep adding new features, so definitely check them out. You can sign up to their platform using the link in the description. Okay, and then I've also added two promo codes which you can use for a 50% deposit bonus or a discount on fees. Okay, so definitely check out PrimeXBT, and big thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Okay. So let's check out some charts, starting off with the dollar index. Okay, so the dollar index, when we were down here, I was targeting these highs. Okay, we've now deviated above those highs, right into this key level right here, and got back below the blue level. Okay, this is telling me that this could have been a deviation. Okay, and that we could see price trade lower from here. Okay, so what level am I also watching? It's going to be this one. Okay, that's simply the high that got swept here before some downside. As you can see, clean retest right here, and then as soon as we closed above, a lower time frame retest, and then we started grinding higher. Okay, so let's zoom out to the 4-hour. As you can see, a damn pivotal level. Okay, so what would be the real confirmation that the top is in? That would for me be a break below here. Okay, bearish price action, hold below, and then there is your short entry, and then we're most likely going to trade all the way down into these lows. Okay, to take these out into our range low. Okay, as you can see, we're below the weekly open, daily open, monthly open, which is a bearish sign as well. But what would be the bullish case? Okay, let's say we bounce here, just take out this low, bounce here, see some upside. Okay, if we manage to reclaim the daily open, the weekly open, the monthly open, and then reclaim blue and hold above, okay, so something like this, then the low right here is probably in. Okay, and then we're most likely going to trade a lot higher. Okay, so first target would then be this low. Okay, and then if we get a real clean daily close above this level, okay, then we're most likely going to trade into this supply area, this consolidation area, or former range. Okay, so that's what I'm watching for the dollar index. Currently slightly leaning bearish, because yeah, simply we deviated above this key range high blue level. Okay, got a clean retest right here. Okay, so this daily candle, clean retest of this blue level, sold off again. Now we're seeing continuation to the downside, so I wouldn't be surprised if this trades lower into these lows right here this week or next week. Okay, so let's see what we get. Invalidation above the weekly open, daily open, and this blue level. Okay, so that's the dollar index. Now let's go over to EURUSD, right? Similar plan. Okay, marked out this level. We also have this key low right here. So as you can see, price came below those lows. Okay, deviated below, got back above, retest, and is now trading higher. Okay, so what would be the real confirmation that the low is in? Would be a break above this green key pivotal level. Okay, clean smash above here, hold above, then we're most likely going to trade into these highs and into our key range high level. Okay, so let me zoom out into the daily. Then we're going to mark out the key daily range. It's most likely going to be this one. Why that one? This was a first high that saw a retrace right after. Okay, and then this low as first low made. Okay, so that's our key range low and range high. range high swept, okay, mid-range pivotal, as you can see. So a break below, a break above this green level, and then we're most likely going to trade towards the mid-range, break above mid-range, and the range high is most likely next, okay. And then if we get back above here, then I'd say the low is in, and we are most likely going to trade a lot higher into this key daily level, okay. So in here and into weekly supply in blue, okay. So that's what I'm watching on EURUSD. So yeah, slightly leaning bullish on this one, but not a trade trigger yet, because we're right at resistance, okay. But again, we're above the monthly open, the daily open, and the weekly open, so leaning bullish on this one. Right, then the British pound versus the US dollar, a similar plan, okay. We had this low being made, then a retest of resistance, sold off again, deviated below the low, right here, okay, strong reclaim, traded higher, okay, now we're retesting that level again. What would be the bullish case, okay, if we manage to break above, hold above, okay, then we're most likely going to trade higher, just like EURUSD. Target clean highs right here, okay, sort of equal highs. So a key level right here. If we break above here on the lower time frames, definitely be looking for longs into those equal equal highs. All right. So yeah, that's it for GBPUSD. Similar plan to EURUSD. Okay. Then the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Let's start off on the monthly on this one. So this is our monthly range, okay, key high, key low, deviated above the high, got back below, retest, sold off, okay. We swept the lows, got a very strong buyback, okay. So I also marked out last month's high and last month's low. Last month's low was swept. Well, it's August high and August low, okay. August low got swept. Now we just started a new month, okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if this trades higher from here. We have clean highs to the upside here. So on the macro time frame, on the monthly, I'm pretty damn bullish on this one, okay. So zooming into the daily, we can see that we deviated or swept last month's low, okay, and got a pretty decent reclaim. So zooming in on the 4 hour, we have a clean range. Well, let me zoom in on the hourly. So a key high right here as a range high, and then the first low being made as a range low. So what would be the ideal long scenario? If we get some downside, okay, sweep the low, okay, get a reclaim of range low, and then manage to break back above the daily open, weekly open, and monthly open, and reclaim the mid-range, okay, then the low here is probably in, and we're going to trade a lot higher from there, okay, into all of these highs, and then ultimately last month's high, and potentially even as a swing a lot higher, okay. So that's the game plan for AUDUSD, okay. Wait for a retrace, a sweep of the low into last month's low, and then wait for the reclaim of the daily open, the weekly open, and the mid-range, and then start looking for longs, okay. The New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, a similar plan, but it's less clean to me than the Australian dollar. Also clean daily range, mid-range, pivotal, as you can see, resistance, support. We didn't sweep the range low, okay, but yeah, broke above the mid-range, so is most likely going to trade higher from here. Again, watching this hourly range, so the first high as a range high, and then the first low right after as a range low, perfectly lining up with the monthly open. So again, if we get some downside, okay, sweep the low of these sweep these lows into the daily mid-range, and then reclaim the monthly open, okay, then that's a long in my opinion. Stop hard stops most likely below this, okay, below this consolidation demand. But yeah, definitely look to long this and for this to trade higher, okay. Targets these highs up here, okay. If you zoom out into the daily, we have some clean highs up here and clean highs up here, so then we're definitely going to be trading towards here, okay. So what would be the bearish scenario if we get a clean smash below the mid-range right here? Then I think this is going to trade towards these unswept lows right here, and then I'd be looking for longs if we sweep the lows into this demand, okay. Then wait for a reclaim, bullish price action, long, okay, invalidation below the low, and target these highs. Okay, so that's New Zealand dollar, but again, the Australian dollar is much cleaner to me, to be honest. All right, and then last but not least, my favorite at the moment is the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay, starting off, well, let's start off on the weekly. So on the weekly, we had this key low that was swept right here, followed by a very good buyback, okay. Then we retraced all the way down into this key level and made another low, another pretty good buyback, another downside, another retrace. We swept that low into this key level, okay. So now, in my opinion, we're ready to trade higher, okay. If we zoom in onto the daily, we can see that we have tons of highs, unswept highs, okay, all the way here. So key liquidity to the upside, the low liquidity, well, the liquidity to the downside has been swept, okay. So what's the range that I'm watching now? Is going to be this key low as a range low and this high, unswept high, as a range high, okay. What did we see last Friday? So as you can see, this downwards candle last Friday, we took out all of these lows and had a decent close, a bullish close in my opinion. And now on Monday, we're seeing the dollar yen to trade higher, okay. We got a pretty decent reclaim of this key level that got swept, and yeah, bullish continuation to the upside. We broke above the daily, weekly open and above the monthly open, which is bullish in my opinion. So that's why I took a long this morning on dollar yen. Invalidation, clean invalidation below the weekly open, daily open, and below this key level, so the low that got swept. I don't want to see us break below there, because if we're going to break below here, it's likely we're going to trade lower, into range low and potentially even lower. But for now, I'm looking for this to trade higher towards range high right here. Okay, clean unswept highs above, lows have been swept, liquidity to the downside has been swept, clean invalidation. So yeah, I think that this is going to trade higher. All right. I hope you enjoyed this market review. I'll be making more of these. Once again, big thanks to PrimeXBT for sponsoring this video. Definitely check them out. Sign up to their platform using the link in the description and use one of my promo codes. And I'll see you guys next week. All right. Cheers.